the Prime Minister announced that he will give 50 million allocation. So we are hoping for more. Of course, something is better than nothing as a start, but we're hoping for more. But I think we're also disappointed that there was nothing mentioned about the Mengkuang Dam, because this is very critical for Penang's water needs. And we are hoping that he'll be able to announce the immediate construction of the more than 1 billion ringgit dam, so that we can ensure the water needs of Penang can be met. Otherwise we may have a critical water shortage in 2012. So I think in that respect, we are disappointed that Penang has not been given due attention. But I think we will continue to be hopeful and continue to ask the Prime Minister to reconsider, because we are hopeful in the sense that as far as the heritage conservation application is concerned, even though the Penang's request for 200 million ringgit soft loan has not been met, but yes, there is instead a 50 million allocation for both Malacca and Touchdown. That is a start, but I think that is still insufficient, because heritage conservation is quite an expensive business. And since this is a matter of national pride, we feel, the Penang State Government will feel that much more resources should be put into this. But I think on the whole, the budget has increased. I look at the budget is around 270 billion, which is an increase over the previous years. We feel that the operating expenditure takes the bulk of the budget, whereas the development expenditure, which can ensure the future prosperity of Malaysians, has not been addressed. And we were hoping that whilst we welcome the increase in welfare payments to poor Malaysians, we are still hopeful that the government will give share the profits of Petronas with the people. I think that would really help to reduce the hardships faced by Malaysians, and somehow that has not been addressed. So I say, whilst they give increased welfare payments to many poorer Malaysians, and also of course a 50 ringgit extra tax rebate, 350 to 400 ringgit tax rebate, but I think what we are looking at is still the need to address the problems of unable to face up to rising inflation. And when you're talking about inflation on the street, the reality on the ground is around 20%. All these measures does not go very far. And reducing the personal tax rate from 28 to 37% is welcome. But what about the middle class? How would they really benefit? And this is where I think we feel that the government will be more effective if they distribute profits of Petronas with Malaysians. And our suggestion is 6,000 ringgit a year to those families earning less than 6,000 ringgit a month. Give them 6,000 ringgit a year. I think that would be, as I said, more than sufficient to address their needs without affecting the financials of Petronas. Because this only comes up to 1/3 of Petronas' annual profits of 107 million. It only come out to around 30 to 35 million. This is more than enough. Petronas can definitely meet the needs of such what we term as all bonus payments to Malaysians, ordinary Malaysians.
Mengatasi masalah jangkaan bahawa ekonomi dunia akan menurun. Jadi oleh sebab itu, belanjawan yang mesti kita lakukan ialah mengambil kira bagaimana kita nak meningkatkan pelaburan yang positif untuk negara Malaysia. Perkara yang kedua, belanjawan ini tidak menyelesaikan satu masalah, iaitu real income of the community will be lower, because dulunya biasanya inflasi ialah pada 3%. Sekarang inflasi ada ke tahap 6% dan meningkat, dan pertumbuhan negara ialah hanya 5 ke 5.7%. Dan saya jangkakan pertumbuhan akan mencapai tahap bawah 5%. Jadi belanjawan ini tidak menyatakan kepada rakyat mesti bersedia untuk mengatasi keadaan tersebut dan must be more productive in order to sustain our growth and our living standard. So this is a very relaxed budget under in these circumstances, I think Minister of Finance should be very worried. Now, this is not a sign of very worried. This is a sign of very relaxed budget. I doubt this is will be good for the country in terms of financial planning.
Sebab hasil kerajaan akan meningkat. Antara lain, cukai yang dibayar oleh Petronas akan meningkat sebab cukai yang dibayar oleh Petronas berasaskan kepada harga pada tahun sebelum, dan tahun ini Petronas bayar cukai berasaskan pada tahun 2007 dan harga pada tahun 2007 tak begitu tinggi. Tapi tahun depan Petronas akan bayar cukai berasaskan kepada tahun 2008 dan 2008 harga adalah tinggi.
Okay, just very briefly. Now, coming back to the issue proper. Now, public transportation. This year, I think by and large, the people are quite concerned about the budget for public transportation. And one of the key issues touched upon in PM's budget speech was the formation of a single commission for handling public transportation, and that's scheduled for next year, the year 2009. And perhaps many of us might be asking whether or not this single commission or single regulator, we call it, would be parked under the purview of MOT. Actually, it's not. Actually, it would be within the purview of JPM. And on top of that, I would like to touch upon the announcement made earlier on the reduction of road tax for all the diesel vehicles. That is supposed to be reduced to be on par with the petrol vehicles, on par with the road tax for the petrol vehicles. On top of that, I would also like to touch upon the import duties for the port crane. Port crane is scheduled to reduce from 20% to 5%. And I would say this is another heartening news for the port operators, especially now that we are in the midst of expanding the facilities, some of the facilities of the ports, in order to enhance our competitiveness.